Well, thank you for joining us again on another adventure of Behind the Scenes with Santa and Mrs. Claus. Oh, I'll tell you, we're going to have a fun one on this one.
Yes.
We're going way back again.
Yeah.
But we're going to talk about Santa's wardrobe.
Yes.
Because it's very diversified and very different. And depending on the Santa you run into, you're going to have a very different look. In fact, I am sitting here in my second ever Santa Claus suit, which was light years ahead of the first one.
If you remember that first one, yeah.
Oh, and I'll tell you, if you get a chance to go to our website, Mary's got the gallery up. And
finally, yes.
There is a picture there that even I didn't recognize myself looking at this because, oh my heavens, that first suit was so...
Well, it was
that
came
rack.
from a little package off the rack. Yes,
it was a I'm not picking on Walmart, but it was a Walmart kind of suit.
Yeah,
that was inexpensive.
Oh yeah,
and was polyester, and had a plastic belt and plastic boot covers and funky beard and wig.
Yeah.
Which again didn't fit. But hey,
one of the things, and we've met, of course, a lot of Santas through the years, but one of the common threads of Santas is almost all of them started that way.
Absolutely. I mean, nobody goes out and buys $1,000 suit, to do their church social.
And hope that they like being
and
a
say,
Santa.
That was fun. I think I'll keep doing it.
Yeah.
No, we all started, basically at the bottom and worked our way up.
Exactly.
So, and in fact, this was, like I said, this was a huge step up for me. This was actually produced by another Santa out of British Columbia, and a lovely man that's been doing this even longer than I have.
Yes.
And his name is Santa Tom Kleiner, and he's a well-known actor, photographer, and has been a super Santa through all the years. And he actually made my second suit, which this is over 20 years old. And while it's seen some better days, as Mary said, the fur's a little matted from all the dry cleaning and that kind of thing. Yeah. But I could still wear this out to an event.
That's right. Oh, yeah.
And I'd look perfectly fine. So, and that's one of the things I will say about Santa suits. If you get a good quality one, they will last probably longer than you will.
I actually think that's true. We've except for the first one. We've never replaced any. We've added. There's been quite an addition to.
I have quite a closet full.
This first one. It's got a lot of brothers in there.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is these beautiful. I don't know if you can really see them, but they're reindeer. There you go. They're little reindeer buttons.
Reindeer buttons that Tom put in for me, and snaps and everything, so to kind of hold it together. Now, the belt did not come with this. I'm going to show you a close-up of this later in the podcast. But anyway, you can get crazy with the accessories as much as you can the suits.
Yes, that's
and
true.
Of course, it's the look of the Santa that you want to, portray as well. This is considered more of a traditional suit. It's got the fur going down the front, and it's got the fur at the base, and then, of course, the fur collar. But, there are Coca-Cola suits, which does not have fur in the front, but it has bigger buttons, and it actually buttons closed. It still has the fur on the bottom, but it's got a different collar, a much less of a collar. There's the old world Santas
Yes.
that are the full length, all the way to the floor coats,
Uh-huh.
and can be in multiple colors. They could be in a deep burgundy, a dark green, a brown.
Yes. Yeah.
Because Santa appears in different outfits in different parts of the world.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, for instance, I have a very light blue, beautiful outfit that is considered Santa in Russia as the Grandfather Frost.
Yes.
And looks nothing like this at all.
No.
So,
no. Oh, no.
And, maybe on one of these podcasts I may surprise you and wear that. But anyway, so, and what was really interesting, how we found this out, was going to that first luncheon with the Santa Clauses that Mary talks about how she wanted to brain me because I was such a nervous wreck. But I gotta tell you, you walk into a room with like 50 different Santas.
Yes. Yes.
And you're like, oh my goodness, can you believe all the different looks?
It's pretty incredible, really. In fact, honestly, I guess it's one of those things that unless you've experienced it, we always get looks from the beginning and even obviously through today. People will look at him and either chuckle or call him Santa or something like that, because it's unusual to see a Santa. And for the first time, you saw a whole room full of Santas, and I could always pick them out because, the white hair, the beard, he was pretty easy to pick out of a crowd. Except when you're in a whole room full of Santas, and then you really, all of a sudden, you're looking hard going, oh my gosh, which one's mine?
and you really have to look for the suit rather than the person because we look so much alike. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that is true. Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of fun if you see any pictures where there's a big group of Santa. It's almost impossible to distinguish one from another.
It is. It is.
And even, I mean, we know a lot of different Santas.
Yes, we do now. Yeah.
And if you put us all in a room, I'd have trouble picking out the ones I know.
Yes.
So
yes,
unless they're wearing a special kind of suit or something, and again you go and you look for the outfit that they're wearing.
Yes.
But and we're gonna take a quick break, and I'm gonna show you this belt on a closer up. But again, it's not just the suits, but you can get crazy with the accessories and that kind of thing as well.
That is true. Yeah. And
but certainly some of the old world suits are gorgeous. Oh,
well, and I think, it was, again, in the beginning especially, it was a huge learning curve for us because we hadn't really seen that. And we were not exposed to that. And some of these clothes are just incredibly gorgeous, and the attention to detail, it's astounding. And so you just are it's like a kind of like a kidney candy store.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And of course, most of the Santas have all custom made clothing. I mean, we have special seamstresses or special shops that we go to that specialize in Santa attire or Mrs. Claus attire.
True.
Now, that doesn't mean you can't get a lesser expensive suit, but you're certainly not going to walk into a department store or a Walmart or a Kohl's or something like that and pick up a beautiful Santa suit.
No.
You can go online and find them, and there's
Yes.
all kinds of professional Santa suits online. My recommendation would be go to a seamstress, though, because even the ones that they sell online, they're not of the kind of quality you're going to get. They're certainly not going to hold up for more than 20 years like this.
No, that's true. That's
cleaning
true.
after cleaning and still look good.
And they're made to when you have a suit made for you, then it certainly is more comfortable, and
Yes.
but it looks better. I mean, when you buy a suit that's, you're going for, say, an XL or an XXL or something. It's kind of the common thing, but it may not fit your pants as well, or your jacket as well. So
Even this beautiful suit from Tom, I gotta tell you, Santa's lost a little weight for health
yes,
purposes.
since you first
And
started, yeah.
I kind of swim in this now as opposed to some of my other suits, which
Yeah,
I've
that's
had
true.
taken in a lot. But nonetheless, the quality is there, and you got to go for the quality if you're going to do this, because you're going to be all over the place and all different kinds of events. Well, listen, let's take a quick break.
Yes, we'll take
Because
a.
I want to take this belt off so I can show it to you, and we can talk a little bit more about this. And this is just like we're just touching on the beginning right now. So
That's true.
We'll
That's
be
true.
right back. Hello, I'm Joe Moore, and the international multi-award winning author. And I draw on my writings describing the North Pole and all its adventures from my Santa Claus trilogy. Each book in the set will provide you hours of thrilling, delightful fantasy that will return you to being a child again. Available in hardcover, softcover, or digitally, these books can be purchased wherever fine books are sold, or if you want an autographed copy through the NorthPolePress.com. Pick up one or all three of the books and believe again.
We're back.
I already feel lighter without the belt.
Looks, you can kind of see how big it is.
Yeah, now you can see. Yeah, now that the fabric is getting loose, you can see how big it is on me. But anyway, not only the suits themselves, which we talked about, but
Correct.
I mean, you get embellishment. Now, I don't have anything on this hat. This is again, from 20 years ago. But there's all kinds of things you wear in your hat.
You pins. Well,
Yeah,
we
pins
you usually use pins, but other people use some different, holly and
Sprigs of
different things.
holly, yeah.
Yeah,
mhm.
yeah, all kinds of things.
They'll do different things. Belts.
Yeah.
You can spend $300, $400, $500 on a belt buckle.
Yeah.
Buckle, just the buckle.
Yes.
Or you can spend hundreds of dollars on the belts themselves. I mean, I'm going to show you one right here. Okay, this is the belt that I wear all the time now. And as you can see, there's the S for Santa. And then, of course, this is all hand-tooled.
It's
that.
really incredible.
Look at
It's
the detail
really
on it.
incredible. With
Right
the
down to
reindeer.
Rudolph's
Yep.
nose. You'll
Yep.
notice there's 9 reindeer on this,
Yeah.
as well as the sleigh and the town. And then there's the C, so it's SC. And, and then there's
And more of the holly and the acorns.
acorns and,
Yeah.
and oak leaves. And,
Yeah.
So, and again, this was all hand tooled by another Santa.
Yes.
And there's another Santa that makes, and I'm sure you'll see him, Santa belt buckles. And Mrs. Claus has her own. She has the very first Mrs. Claus
Yes, I do.
belt buckle from Santa Richard.
Yep.
So, which
Yeah.
she wears proudly every year and
Yeah, I
has
do.
for
I do.
many, many
Uh-huh.
years. But you can, and then we can even get into the boots. People can spend easily up to and including $1,000 for a pair of boots. Now they're custom made to your
Yeah.
feet,
Yeah.
and they're great for parades and that kind of thing for walking. But Santas can get pretty crazy about some of their accessories and some of the things they wear.
Assuredly can.
Mary knows firsthand what she has spent with my help, in regards to suits and that type of thing. And again, some of these suits are so heavily embroidered or embellished or have so much trim on them that,
Yes, that's true.
I mean, this is not something you would ever find at a garage sale. I mean,
No.
I mean, even if a Santa does retire or something, then it's like, oh, are you selling your wardrobe? Yeah. Because it's
and that's usually, when they
Santa.
do. I mean, that's purchased pretty quickly, because these, and you will see, is we're going to do a couple of videos of this.
I got lots more looks to show you.
Yeah, and I hope that you will enjoy it. I think you will, because there are a lot of different looks for Santa Claus, and we've certainly had a lot of fun with that, and the kids have all enjoyed it. And then I'll go into my wardrobe as well.
Oh yes, we are not leaving Mrs. Claus out of this, because that's a whole nother kettle of fish. So, I mean,
true.
as you have seen, if you have been following our podcast at all, she shows up in different vests and different shirts, different hair pieces.
Yeah,
earrings.
Yeah,
I mean,
got little snowmen on today.
And you're only seeing basically the top half. I mean, she's got skirts and pants and different things that she. So we will get into that later. Because we aren't leaving Mrs. Claus out of this, because that's a whole nother thing unto itself.
And it is an integral part of being Santa and Mrs. Claus. Is what you're wearing. So this is it's very important part of us in our wardrobe, and we kind of have different looks for different occasions.
We do, and one of the fun things I get to do is every time we have a major event or an event, or if I'm doing commercial work or that kind of thing, I get to stand in front of this huge closet and say, okay, do I want to wear my snowflake outfit? Do I want to wear my Continental? Do I want to wear my full-length traditional, or my regular traditional?
I'd like to say, too, as he stands in front of his closet, these clothes, well, of course, they're very, very bulky. So.
A lot of material.
We're not a couple that I have the majority of the closet. No. He's got the majority of the closet.
Just one. Of my own. And that's not my regular clothes. There's not a stitch of regular clothing in there. It's all Santa. So, shirts and different things that.
Yeah.
But anyway, we have a lot of fun with this, and I hope you're going to get a kick out of some of the things that we wear on camera and show you in subsequent podcasts. I mean, wait till you see my favorite. It's a Continental coat, and I just love it to death. And
that'll probably be the next one.
That may be the next one, yes, absolutely. But thank you, Santa Tom Kleiner, and thank you to all the others that have helped, and we'll touch on the different seamstresses, because we have some good ideas for you if you're interested.
Yeah.
There's some very wonderful specialty people in this business.
There are. So.
Yeah. But,
well, thank you for joining us.
Oh, this was fun.
Yeah, we had a good time. We hope you did too.
Yes.
Would like to remind you that we do 2 podcasts, one on the 10th and one on the 24th.
Yep. And 24th, we may carry this forward and do another.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because like I said, this is a very important part of our journey and what we do. So, anyway.
Well, thank you for joining us again. Have a blessed week, and we'll look forward to seeing you on our next podcast.
Next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.